Thank you for being here. We will start today with, today we do after work flow. So we mainly focus onto our hips and back and shoulders. And it's still a Hatha flow, but maybe more stretches than strengthening. So we can start as per usual in a seated position. Find your comfortable seated position, maybe on a cushion, maybe on a block, maybe on the floor. Take a long inhale. Lengthen the spine, roll your shoulders back and down, close your eyes, and exhale. Arrive onto your mat, relax, start to disconnect from the crazy routine you had, whether at home or maybe outside at the office, wherever that might be. Take a few moments here to just disconnect with the outside world and reconnect with yourself. We will do a few rounds of guided breathing. I will guide you through it. Take a deep inhale. Exhale out. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Hold the breath. Go back to your normal breathing. Feel the effects of this guided breathing, a short few rounds, just to readjust and rebalance out our inhales and exhales. And then slowly open your eyes. We can do a little warm-up onto a seated warm-up. Let's start by warming up our neck. Inhale, look to the ceiling. Lift your chin up. Exhale, bring your chin to the chest. Inhale, look to the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. You can follow your own breathing. A few more times. Last time, inhale. And last time, exhale, keep your head to your chest, chin to the chest. Start to rotating the head on one side. For a few times, maybe 3 or 4. And then on the other side. Bring your chin back to the center. Inhale, lift your head up. And then exhale, bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching the left side of our neck. Inhale back to center and exhale, opposite side. Inhale back to center. Then start to bring our hands onto our shoulder. Rotate your elbows forward for maybe 7, 8 times. Starting to warm up our shoulders. And then backwards. Open up your arms. Bend at the elbow and start to rotate your forearms inside for a few times, maybe 7 or 8 times. And then on the other side. Extend the arm. Flex your hands, fingers pointing up. Exhale, roll your wrist down, make a fist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, roll down. Flex your hands, fingers really spreading out. Exhale, roll the wrist down. A few more times. Last time, wrist, fist pointing down. Last time, extended the hands. And then flip your hands up. Inhale, bring the hands up to the sky. And exhale, close your eyes, float the hands down. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, float your hands down slowly in front of your body. Last time, inhale, both hands reach up. And exhale, float the hands down. Hands onto your knees. Inhale, open up the chest, bring the chest out. Exhale, round the back. Seated cat-cow. Inhale, open the chest up, push the chest out. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Inhale one more time, open the chest up. And exhale, round. Inhale, last time, opening the chest up. And exhale, bring your back to neutral. This time, inhale, bring one hand onto one side of the body. Exhale, lift the other one, bend your spine, look to the ceiling. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, to the other side. Warming up our spine. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, to the right. Inhale to center and exhale to the left. A few more times on each side. Follow your own breathing. And exhale. Last time on each side. And last time. center. We can shake our wrist, relax our hands. And then we can start our physical practice. Remove, if you are sitting onto a pillow, you can remove it. And then find your way onto your hands and knees. Let's start by opening up our shoulders. Inhale, lift the right hand and the left leg. Extend them. Hold for a few moments. Today we will do less strengthening, but we still need to work a bit onto our core. And then bend the left knee. Try to grab the left ankle with your right hand, opening up already our chest and shoulders. Hold. Look to the front. Engage your core. Engage your right glute. One more deep inhale. Exhale, extend both arms to the front, the arm to the front and the leg to the back, and then release onto the floor. Let's change side. Inhale, left hand reaches out, right foot reaches back. Hold. Draw your belly button to the spine. Gentle activation of our core. And then inhale, bend the right knee. Try to grab the right ankle with the left hand. Not easy. Look to the front. Engage your core. Lift the knee up, the right knee up. Engage the right glute and the left one as well. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release. Hand and leg extend out and then drop onto the floor. From here, tuck your toes. Inhale. Exhale. Start to lift your knees off the ground. Enter downward facing dog. First, downward facing dog. Let's go over the alignment. Hands as wide as your shoulders. Fingers spreading onto the floor. Open up the shoulder. Rotate the bicep towards your ears. Push the seat bones up to the sky. Maybe you want to keep your knees bent. The important thing is that you see how you can push the sit bones up. We don't want to stay like this. We want to really push the back of our glutes up to the sky. Maybe your knees are bent, or maybe keeping the sit bone as high as possible. We then extend the knees, push the heels onto the floor. Down dog. Hold. Making a straight line from your fingers to the back of your sit bones and maybe from your hips to your feet. Deep inhale. Exhale, lift your heels, stretch the sole of your feet. Exhale, heels to the floor. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, heels to the ground. One more time. Inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, heels to the floor. Inhale, lift the heels. Slowly start to walk your feet towards your hands. Feet as wide as your hips. Inhale, lift the chest up. Maybe bring your hands onto your shin. Exhale, fold forward, grab the opposite elbow. Hold in here. Hang in here, head hanging over your neck, crown of the head parallel to the ground. Really allow the weight, release any tension into your shoulders, into your neck. Allow the weight of your head to pull your spine apart. Knees might be bent or maybe extended. A few more deep inhales. Inhale, bend your knees, belly touching your thighs. Exhale, lift your core and arms up, chair. Tucking the tailbone, flat back. We don't want to have the butt flaring out like this, but we really want to bring it in into a flat back. Go back to your breathing. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can sit a bit lower, lowering the hips towards the floor, but keeping the back and the arms straight up. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Release. Hands in front of your heart. Interlock the finger, push the palms out. Inhale. Lift the hands up and above your head. Exhale. Look to the ground. Lift onto your tippy toes. You can try to play with the standing balance, keeping your feet hip width apart, or maybe bring them together, toes touching each other. See which one you like most. Drop your shoulders far away from your ears. And don't forget to breathe. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release. Hands in front of your heart. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, fall forward and down. Inhale, lift the chest, look up, maybe hands onto your shin. Exhale, press the hands onto the floor, step back into plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips up, downward facing dog. From here we go directly. Inhale into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, slide up, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, push the hips up, down dog. One more time. Inhale, slide your weight onto your wrist, plank, tucking the tailbone. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay in here. See if maybe you feel your down dog becoming a bit easier. All of you have been practicing a bit more this week than usual. Deep inhale. Lift the right leg up. Flex the right foot. Hold. Go back to your breathing. Try to square the hips. Don't let your hip open up too much. One more deep inhale. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Readjust your stance. Make sure that your right knee is on top of the right ankle before you inhale and lift your core up. Highland warrior. Right knee on top of the right ankle, left leg extended. Thumbs in between your four fingers. Exhale, lower the hands, fists in line with your shoulders. Hold. Basically, the only strengthening exercises are the next. These two poses, they're about to come. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, open up the hip. Press your left heel onto the ground. Lower the arms into warrior two. And then from here, inhale. Flip the right hand, palm facing to the sky. Bring it back towards the back of the room. And exhale, place the right elbow onto the left knee. Left hand reaches up and above your head. Side angle. Try to look to the sky. Right knee pushes back. Left hip pushes back as well. We're trying to open up our hips. You can stay here, or maybe exhale, drop the hip a bit lower. Place the right hand in front of the right foot. Hold. Don't forget to breathe. Deep inhale. Exhale, drop the left hand next to the right one, and then rotate the left foot so that the toes are pointing up. Walk the right foot towards the edge of your mat, and then drop the left knee down. Lizard. You can see if you want to stay here, hands onto the floor, palm of the hands in line with our heel. You should feel already a stretch into your right hip, and you can let the right foot come up. You see, roll it out a bit onto the side of your right foot, and use the right hand to press the right knee far away. I'll show you on this side. So we are here. You can decide to maybe roll the foot up a bit and press the knee far away. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the knee back to the center. And then I move back into this position. From here, we try to bring your hands framing the right foot. And then try to bend the left knee. See if you can grab the left foot with the right hand. We're stretching the left thigh and the hip flexor at the same time. One more deep inhale. See if you can go maybe on the exhale a bit deeper, dropping the hips a bit further. And then slowly release left foot onto the ground. Inhale. Exhale, extend the right knee. Flex the right foot, half split. Try to keep your back as straight as possible. Don't round like this, trying to reach for the ground. If your back is rounding, see if maybe you have 2 blocks or 2 books to place under your hands so that you can lift the back and make a straight line. Feel the stretch to the back of your right leg. Half split is one of those positions that doesn't matter how much we practice it, we always feel pain. It's always hard. Deep inhale. Exhale. Press your hands onto the block or onto the floor, round the upper back, and see if you can lift the right heel off the ground. Really use your core here. And exhale, release. Inhale, bend the right knee. Bring your hands forward and slowly start to walk your foot towards the left edge of your mat. And see if you can maybe sit onto your right hip. Pigeon. We don't want to open up too much this way. If you end up opening too much, maybe you can place, again, a block or a blanket under your right glute so that your hips are squared to the front. You can also adjust the space between your hip and your foot. So the closer the foot to the hip, the less the stretch into the right thigh. If you want to feel a deeper stretch, then you can walk the foot further up, far away from your left hip. Choose the pose, like the degree and the depth of the pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, maybe see if you can lower onto your elbows or even completely down onto with the forehead onto the floor. Hold for a few more breaths. Nalam. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Start to release, come out from the pose. And what we want to do now is to swing the left leg to the front and bring the left knee on top of the right one. Try to stack the knees one on top of each other. Your feet might be more open or less open. Okay. You should feel a big stretch into your hips, both hips, and you should try to keep both sit bones onto the floor. You can then stay here. Or actually, no, what we're gonna do is the left knee is up, so our right elbow is under the left one. Interlock your hands. So right elbow under the left one, interlock the hands, lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders, and press the hands far away from your face. Gomukhasana. We should feel a big stretch into our upper back, increasing the mobility of our shoulder blades. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Release. Maybe shake a bit your arms. Uncross the legs, feet onto the ground, hands behind your back. Let your knee drop to the floor, releasing a bit the tension into our hips. And then lower onto your belly. Let's stretch our upper back. We lower onto the belly. Left hand reaches out, palm of the left hand onto the floor in line with our head. Exhale, roll over the left shoulder. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Counter stretch. Bring the left arm under your chest, palm facing down. Right hand along your body, palm facing up. You can lower your head onto the ground, your chin, or maybe the side of your body, and then slide the left knee up. Let me see if I can do it without bothering the beast. Counter stretch of our shoulder joint. One more deep inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Find your way up into downward facing dog. Hands in line with your shoulders, as wide as your shoulders. Fingers spreading onto the floor. Really open up your armpits, cavity, push the hips up. Straight line from your fingertips to the hips. Maybe your knees are bent, Or maybe the knees are extended, the heels onto the floor. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Lift the left leg up, flex the left foot. Try to keep your hips squared. Don't open up like this, but both hips looking in the same direction towards the floor. Hold. Deep inhale. Exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. Take your time to readjust your stance. Only when your left knee is on top of the left ankle, then lift your core and arm up. Left knee on top of the left ankle, left thigh parallel to the ground, right leg extended, thumb in between the four fingers. Exhale, lower the arms down. Square the hips, right hip pushes forward, left hip pushes back. Hold. One more deep inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, I will give you my back, but press the right heel onto the floor. Open up your hips, lower the arms in line with your shoulders. Then flip the left hand, reach the left hand back. Exhale, left elbow to left knee, right hand reaches up and above your back, your head. Open up the chest. Maybe stay here, or maybe with your next exhale, drop the hips a bit lower and place the left hand in front of the left foot. Extended side ankle. Straight line from your fingertips to your right heel. Feel the hip, the left hip dropping towards the floor, opening. Right hip pushes back this way. Left hip pushes forward. One more deep inhale. Exhale, drop the right hand onto the floor, rotate the right foot, toes pointing up. At this time, the palm of your hands should be in line with the heel of the left foot. Drop the right knee onto the ground. And then see if maybe you can roll your left foot to the side and use your left hand to press the left knee far away. Don't report me for violence against animals. She's not feeling any pain. It's just a slight squeeze. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Bring the left foot onto the floor. Hands, actually left hand to the outside of the left foot. Walk the left foot in line inside so that the knee is in line with the hip. And then from here, see if you can bend the right knee and grab the right foot with your left hand. We are trying to deep down with the hips and at the same time pull the foot closer to your buttocks, feeling a stretching to the front side of your thigh and in your right hip flexor. Try to look to the front, square the shoulders. One more deep inhale. One more exhale. See if we can drop the hips a bit deeper. And then slowly release the right foot, let it drop onto the ground. Inhale. Exhale, extend the left knee, half split. Again, we want to try to have our back as straight as possible. Maybe if you cannot reach for the floor, You can use some blocks or some big books or even Nala. I'm just kidding. Can I use it? But maybe. Look to the front. Feel the stretch to the back of your left leg. One more deep inhale. One more exhale. Maybe go deeper. Then we inhale, press your hands onto the floor, round the upper back this time. And exhale, try to lift your left foot off the ground. And exhale, release. At this time, bend the left knee. Bring your hands next to your left foot. And slowly start to walk your left foot towards the right edge of your mat. And then maybe sit. Excuse me. And sit with your left hip onto the floor, onto Nala. Okay, we'll just do it like this. Try to keep your hips squared. As we said before, you can choose how far for our close your left foot is from your right hip flexor. Try to keep the hips forward. You don't want to open up too much towards the right. So if you feel like even if your foot is very close to your hip flexor, maybe you can use a block or even just any sort of pillow or a blanket or a towel, fold it into 2 or 3 times. You should just feel a big stretch into your left glute and maybe part of your left thigh, but no pressure onto the knee. Stay here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale. See if you can lower with your elbows onto the floor, or maybe all the way down with the forehead onto the ground. Really stretching our hips. Most of our tension gets accumulated into the hips. And when we don't open them out, then more and more tension gets there, and then your glutes become tight. If the glutes are tight, then your lower back starts to hurt. Much emotional tension also gets accumulated in the hips. So many times when we do these kind of poses that open the hips up, you might feel some sort of emotional reaction. That is completely normal. To feel like maybe you want to cry, or maybe you feel a bit angry or upset or something. It's just that we are releasing some emotional tension through physical exercise. One more deep inhale. Exhale, slowly release. Lift your chest up. And then bring the right leg to the front and swing it over so that the right knee is on top of the left one. This time, feet open. They might be more open or more closer to your hips. Try to sit with both sit bones onto the ground. Big stretch here, feeling big stretch here on the side of your glutes. And then right leg is up, so left arm is under, right arm on top. Interlock your hands. Lift your elbows in line with your shoulders and push the hands far away from your face. Hold Gomukhasana with eagle's hands. Stretching our upper back. Also, when we work in offices or we work a lot in front of the computer, our upper back, our neck, our shoulders get a lot of tension and stress, and we always find ourselves touching our neck, not feeling well. Maybe we get headaches because of it, because of too much tension into our, what is it called, cervix? No, cervix is somewhere else. What is it called? Cervical thing, not cervix. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Release. Maybe shake your hands. And then uncross the legs, feet onto the floor. Bring the hands behind your back. Slightly sit back and then drop the knees to the sides. Releasing our hips. Find your way onto the floor. Nana needs to take over all the attention. Right hand reaches out, palm of the right hand in line with your head. Exhale, turn onto that right shoulder. Stretch. Your left hand can stay in front of your body or behind your back, or maybe try to reach for that one right wrist. How much you open is not very important as long as you feel a stretch into your shoulder and into your chest here, the pec muscle. One more deep inhale. And exhale, release. Back to center, counter stretch. Right arm under your chest, palm facing down. Left arm along the body, palm facing up. And then you can slide the right knee up at 90 degrees. Maybe drop the side of your head or your chin onto the ground. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Release. And then lift your chest up. We do one more shoulder opening exercise. Knees under your hips. Bring the hands to the front of the mat. And then slowly drop your chest. Keeping the hips high, you try to drop your chest and chin to the floor. Opening up our shoulders. You can keep the forehead onto the ground or the chin onto the floor. This depends on many factors. For example, how big your nose is. I don't like to keep the forehead onto the floor because it squeezes my nose and I cannot breathe. But bringing the chin might be a bit too tense into the neck. So try the option that you prefer. You can also just come up a little bit more and not go completely down. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Release. We will do one back bend for today. Camel pose. Knees as wide as your hips. Bring your hands to the back of onto your lower back and press the hips forward. Squeeze the glutes. From here, open up your chest, bring the elbows back, pointing back. Look up to the sky. Maybe stay here, or maybe see if you can drop the hands onto your heels, lifting the chest up. Imagine there is a thread pulling your sternum up to the sky. So you're really lifting the chest up. Opening up our shoulder, our chest, our upper back. One more deep inhale. Exhale slowly. Bring your hands back to your lower back and push the hips onto the floor. Sit back down. Legs extended to the front. Flex the feet. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, fall forward and down. See where you can reach. Maybe you're fine keeping your back straight, opening up the chest, and the stretch is enough. Maybe you want to feel a deeper stretch into your lower back, so you bend your knees and give yourself a hug, feeling the spine rounding and stretching. Maybe you can extend the legs and reach for your feet, rounding your spine, feeling the stretching into the lower back and into the back of your legs at the same time. Feel free to choose the option that works best for you. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Release. Lift your chest up. Hands behind your back. Fingers pointing towards the back of your mat. Bend your knees. Inhale. And exhale. Scoop your hips forward, stretching your shoulders. How low onto the floor you go depends on how flexible your shoulders are. No tension into your elbows. If you feel pain because the elbows are too extended, then try to micro bend them, pointing them back. This way you should also feel a deeper stretch into your shoulder. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Bring the knees in. Pull yourself back up. Feet onto the floor, knees pointing up. Place the back of your hand to the side of your body. Place the elbow inside your knees. Use the knees to squeeze the elbows in. Chicken wings. Go back to your breathing. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Release. Right knee onto the floor. Left foot crosses over. Left knee pointing up. Inhale, bring the right hand up. Exhale, hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Twist. Gentle twist, you don't have to push too much. You can also just grab your knee and pull your body so that you can control the twist. Lengthen the spine. In all the twists that we do, we want to have a straight back. We don't want to round like this, but really open the back, open the chest. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Release. Switch side. Left knee onto the floor, right foot crosses over. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gentle twist, we don't have to go too deep. Lengthen the spine, open the chest up. One more long inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. And release. Find a comfortable seated position. Maybe you want to sit on the floor, or maybe you want to sit onto a block or your meditation pillow. Try to sit with your knees lower than your hips. Lengthen the spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Take a few moments here with your eyes closed to feel the effects of today's practice onto your body and onto your mind. Today we can change our pranayama. We can do ujjayi breath or victory breath. What we want to do is to close up it's called the glottis. Anyway, the pipe here where the air goes in and out. We can close it with the muscle of our throat and make a sound like this. Kind of sound like this. Both when we inhale, so the air, because the pipe here is a bit closer, is more difficult to get the air in. So it's a bit more like. Imagine, if it doesn't come very natural, you can imagine that you are fogging your glasses to clean them, and we always do. It's the same throat movement. When you exhale, you fog the glass, and you inhale, keeping the same position of the throat. Fog the glass, inhale. Once you get how to breathe in and breathe out, you can close your mouth and breathe in through the nose. The sound is a bit less evident. Keep going and keep playing with this breathing. You might notice that your breath actually opens. When you inhale, your rib cage open up towards the side, and when you exhale, it closes up more. This breathing exercise helps us to calm down, but also to increase our lungs capacity. You can even keep your hands onto your rib cage. When you inhale, feel the rib cage opening. And when you exhale, feel the rib cage becoming smaller and empty. With your next exhale, release the Ujjayi breath and go back to your normal breathing. Take a few moments here to feel the effects of this pranayama. Then take a breath, scan your body for tension. And with your next exhale, allow this tension to flow down your body and release onto the surface. Relax your body from your forehead all the way down to your toes. And then start to feel like your crown is pulling towards the ceiling and your seat bones are grounding towards the floor, the spine elongating. Visualize a path that goes from the crown of your head down to the base of your spine, the point where your legs get together. Scan this pathway. See if it's straight or maybe if it's bending. See if maybe it's following the curves of your spine, or maybe it's a straight line from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. Now visualize a point of light inside this pathway. With your next inhale, this point of light climbs down the pathways all the way to the base of the spine. And with your next exhale, the point of light climbs up the pathways all the way to the crown of your head. Inhale from the crown down your pathway to the base. And exhale from the base up your central channel up to the crown. You can play with these visualizations for a few more moments, following your own breathing. With your next exhale, release the visualizations and sit in passive awareness, feeling the effects of today's practice. Now you can open your eyes and get ready for final relaxation, Shavasana. Lay onto your mat on the back. Extend your feet out. Allow your feet to open up naturally. Hands along your body, palm of the hands facing up towards the sky. Relax all of your body. Relax your feet. Relax your knees. Relax your hips. Relax all of your back, all of your belly and chest. Let go of any tension in your shoulders. Relax your arms, your elbows, your hands. Relax your neck. Release any tension in your jaws, your cheekbones, the area behind your ears. your eyebrows, and relax your forehead. Allow your body to sink deep onto the floor, heavy, while your breath becomes lighter. Just stay in here and relax for a few moments. Now feel free to stay in Shavasana for a bit longer, or maybe get out of class and finish with me. If so, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Start to make your breathing deeper. Maybe bring both hands up and above your head. Give yourself a big stretch from your toes to the very tip of your fingers. And you can bend your knees and roll onto one side of the body, maybe the left one. Stay into this fetus pose for a few more breaths. And then push yourself up to seated. Don't care about how you look. Find a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Let's take one last deep breath together. Inhale. And exhale. Before we finish our class, take a few moments to think about 3 things that you are grateful for today. And then bow your head and thank yourself for today's practice. Our class finishes here. Thank you very much for joining me today.